Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News, where facts not fiction shape our updates. Whether you're new to this journey or have been following Iraqi dinar developments for years, today's update is one of the most critical broadcasts we've ever delivered. The global financial climate is shifting, and for dinar holders, staying informed means understanding the full picture, not just what's trending in speculative forms. As of the current date in the USA, the Iraqi dinar remains undervalued on the surface, with one IQD equivalent to roughly 0.000763 USD. To many investors, especially those who entered the scene during the early wave of hype, this figure can feel disappointing. But the real story goes beyond the numbers. It's about what they actually reflect. The valuation isn't a fluke, it's not a misstep. It's the calculated result of decades of economic strain, cautious central bank policy, and Iraq's determination to prioritize stability over rapid speculation. The Central Bank of Iraq has maintained a fixed exchange rate linking the dinar to the US dollar at around 1,310 IQD per 1 OSD. This pegged system is used strategically to keep inflation under control and to avoid volatile shifts that could destabilize wages, prices, and food imports in a country still rebuilding vital infrastructure. For a nation reliant on oil exports, pegging to the dollar ensures financial predictability and shields the local economy from market shocks. And yet, despite all of this, rumors of a sudden revaluation persist. Online discussions continue to speculate that the IQD might leap overnight to match or even surpass the dollar. These narratives have circulated for more than 20 years, tempting many with the dream of turning a modest investment into a life-changing payout. But here, in 2025, the reality remains clear. There's no credible financial pathway for that kind of explosive shift. A revaluation of that magnitude would demand massive foreign reserves, a fundamentally transformed economy, and years, if not decades, of sustained growth. These pieces are not yet in place. In fact, major global economic authorities, including the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and World Bank, have consistently rejected the idea of an overnight IQD revaluation, labeling it speculative at best and misleading at worst. U.S. states such as Utah and Washington have even issued consumer warnings about dinar scams targeting unsuspecting buyers. And critically, the Central Bank of Iraq itself has never issued any formal documentation suggesting a large-scale RV is planned. Instead, their efforts are centered on real, measurable reform, expanding digital banking systems, inviting foreign investment, strengthening compliance protocols, and fostering trust in domestic institutions. If you're holding dinar in 2025, the message is clear. Stop viewing the currency as a lottery ticket. The IQD is a sovereign tool being used to serve Iraq's domestic economic priorities, not the expectations of international investors. Chasing viral claims or sensational YouTube videos is not a strategy. The smartest play right now is to stay informed, monitor official releases, and understand the fundamentals driving Iraq's economic policy. There is a real opportunity in Iraq, but it's rooted in long-term development, not speculative spikes. Emerging trade partnerships, political reform, and slow but steady reconstruction efforts are laying a foundation for future strength. For intelligent investors, this means treating the dinar the way one would treat any foreign currency asset, with patience, with realism, and with professional guidance. Too many people still cling to the idea of a one-day miracle payout, ignoring the real progress being made behind the scenes. Iraq has been working diligently to reform its financial system, including modernizing infrastructure, reducing dependency on the US dollar, improving digital access, and aligning its institutions with global anti-money laundering standards. None of this shows up in a flashy headline, but it's the real work that matters. Iraq's current path forward is not driven by fantasy but by deliberate, methodical reform. Over the past year, the country has strengthened its foreign currency reserves and expanded relationships with international commodity markets and global development institutions. The International Monetary Fund and World Bank have continued offering technical and strategic support to Iraq's financial reform process. Yet, even with these advances, the idea of a massive revaluation remains economically unsound. The dinar's value is not being held down by neglect. It's being managed cautiously to avoid introducing shockwaves into a system that's still fragile. Changing or removing the peg to the US dollar would expose Iraq to severe currency fluctuations, especially in a region marked by geopolitical volatility and unpredictable oil prices. For Iraqi leadership, maintaining this peg ensures foreign investor confidence, shields the population from food and wage instability, and helps protect long-term national progress. Any move toward floating the currency or enacting an overnight valuation spike would contradict every step the country has taken in building a sustainable financial foundation. That's why such a move is not only unlikely, it would be economically dangerous. The exchange rate itself is not just a number, it is a signal. It reflects Iraq's intention to integrate into global finance in a stable and responsible manner. For dinar holders hoping for overnight riches, the real challenge in 2025 is not locating some hidden insider tip, it's learning how to make decisions without emotional bias. Blindly waiting for a hypothetical RV is not a financial strategy. Investing without a grounded understanding of currency systems is risky, and those who still cling to outdated narratives should reassess their motivations. The individuals who will succeed in this market are the ones staying informed through official data, verified economic indicators, and credible financial professionals. The ones who rely on facts, not hope, will be the ones who move with clarity. As tough as it may be to accept, the dinar is not poised to turn investors into overnight millionaires. What it represents instead is a sovereign currency that's being carefully stabilized for long-term use in a recovery. That's not defeat, it's strategy. Iraq's central bank has made its mission clear. Its goals are to manage inflation, protect exchange rate stability, and foster lasting growth across sectors. This doesn't include creating speculative events for foreign investors. Despite the constant noise from social media influencers, forum predictions, and YouTube theorists, Iraq's real focus lies elsewhere, in regulatory compliance, monetary discipline, and digital modernization. These are the signs of a nation pursuing real reform, not quick-fix revaluation campaigns. If you hold IQD today, the smartest thing you can do is shift your thinking. Look past the speculation and study the actual economic signals. Consult financial advisors who understand currency policy. Study Iraq's oil output, international agreements, banking reforms, and how the government is tackling corruption. Those are the true levers that will influence Iraq's financial trajectory, not headlines filled with false promises. Treating the dinar like a speculative gamble is not just unwise, it's a misreading of how national currencies work. Iraq is walking a disciplined path toward reintegration with the global financial system. That includes expanding electronic payment networks, strengthening anti-money laundering measures, and improving fiscal transparency across ministries. These updates matter far more than unconfirmed revaluation dates or anonymous online claims. For the millions still holding dinar in 2025, the answer isn't to give up. It's to approach this asset with the mindset of an informed investor. That means understanding its function, respecting the macroeconomic forces behind its rate, and preparing accordingly. There's nothing wrong with holding IQD, but there is a risk in holding it for the wrong reasons. At this moment, the real wealth comes not from speculation, but from education. If you're serious about financial security, your best asset is reliable knowledge. Subscribe to credible updates. Ignore clickbait predictions. Talk with professionals who work in international finance. And if you're truly committed to understanding the future of the Iraqi dinar, focus on how the country is growing, not just on what the exchange rate might become. This currency isn't a shortcut to sudden wealth. It's part of a nation's long and difficult climb towards stability. In that context, the best move you can make now is to stay level-headed, informed, and realistic. The real opportunity lies in measured action, not impulsive bets. Because ultimately, in the world of financial planning, clarity outperforms hype every time. Thank you for staying tuned to Iraqi Dinar News, where accuracy, not fantasy, drives our mission. We'll continue to deliver the truth as it unfolds, helping you navigate this journey with the facts that matter.